What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now it's going to be a major market crash incoming. This AKA promo that's about to drop. I know they're trash cards. I know you're looking at it like, yo, Reggie White is garbage. I get that, but you have to understand they just dropped DeMarcus Ware. Now, to give you guys some insight on what's been going on, a lot of the cards that they've been dropping, they've been, somewhat, they're subpar. They're not good cards. Like, for instance, right? Some of you guys were shouting me out like, yo, G, this is actually a good thing right now because with the way that it works, you saved me $200K on Patty Mahomes. Now, how do I know a card is trash? You just have to have another card of the same position that you utilize prior to the new card. Like, it's very, very simple, but people will hype up cards and then they'll make it seem like it's supposed to be good when we all know it's not. Now, one of the big L's from Patty Mahomes, which is why his price dropped so drastically, was because he didn't get Gunslinger. Go figure. You give Will Levis Gunslinger, but you don't give it to Showtime Patty Mahomes. Doesn't make any sense, right? So these kind of things and the way the market's been going, you'll see I get rid of these cards very, very quickly. I don't have time to hold on to these cards. Like Herman Moore, I got him. I saw he was, he's pretty much trash. Got rid of him. He sucked. It is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you guys through a couple things, right? Because right now my team is set. I don't really have to get rid of anyone because I didn't bite on the DeMarcus Ware. I was like, yo, that dude is garbage. I didn't even have to use him. I just looked at his numbers and I'm like, okay, dudes are like, yo, G, but he gets the GG chem. It doesn't matter that he gets the GG chem. He's not going to do anything different than any of the players that are at his current position. He's just not going to do it. So it doesn't really make any sense. So some of you guys are probably like, yo, okay, Reggie White, he is a left end as opposed to DeMarcus Ware obviously being a right outside linebacker. Now, when you look at the fact that he is an outside linebacker, what do we use the outside linebackers for? Right? We blitz them and we play coverage, right? So let's take a look at this, right? This is what I was trying to explain to you guys before. His man coverage is 43, his zone coverage is 55. So he's a pass rusher, just like Reggie White. So no matter what defense you put him into, it wouldn't be smart to zone him. And one of the things I have to say, earlier in the year, right, we were just talking crazy like, yo, EA, the zone coverages is stupid, all that stuff like that. I'm going to give you guys a quick pro tip though. They're not all the same. Like, even though in previous Maddens, the zones would just go to the sideline and they would stay there, they'll pick the ball off, stuff like that. The zones react very heavily based on their actual zone coverage, which is actually wild because most of the stuff in this game doesn't matter. But what I noticed was this. I'm going to give you guys something really, really quickly. And this should actually explain to you what's going on, right? When I use, what is that Dodson guy? I'm going to show you who he is, right? He's like a budget card. He's from he's on the Seahawks, right? And I put him out there in coverage because I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to see the differences. Where is he? I think he's one of these, right? So he's an 84 overall card. And I was like, you know what? Let me see what's going on with this guy. Because he has a block shed of 71. That sucks. His hit power is 87. That's pretty good. A zone coverage of 84, right? But you can see everything else about him defensively. He's not really good with the other things. The finesse move is 61. Power move is 54. But just think about it, right? His man coverage is 78 and his zone coverage is 84. Theoretically, he would be better than DeMarcus Ware because you're going to rush regardless the same way. Unless you get like a shed or, whatever they do, like a disengage or whatever, there's random ways for the players to just, run right into the backfield and smash your quarterback to smithereens. But when you play zone coverage or you man a player up, do you see the difference? So those are the things that you have to, pay attention to that because I keep him on the squad just in case I got to run some zone coverage. And then if I have to blitz him, he runs in with 87 speed. And what is his Excel? 86. So it works out for me in that regard. So the reason that I pointed all that out to you is because most of the dominant defenses are 3-down lineman defenses. I don't care if you run dime 2-3, 3-2, penny, 3-3 odd, whatever you're running, right? You have a solid 3-man D line. Who would you rather have there? You're more than likely you're going to want to have Reggie White, right? You're going to want to have that dude out there because he's going to be more than likely at the proper position, more likely to get the sheds. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand as well, right? The old lineman that's coming out, Armstead, right? Because some of you guys are like, yo, these are the most trash AKAs. I agree. But this is the thing, right? They got Team Diamonds dropping, which is going to give a lot of teams, different positions. We got Most Feared. There's a lot of other things that are going to be coming out. So we don't have to go too crazy about that aspect of the game. But I want to show you something, right? And every time they drop a card, I'm going to urge you guys to do this. Do you see what's going on here? Take a look at what's happening. If you got rookie premieres, you're not worried about the left tackle position, right? If you didn't get a rookie premier, you got Jonathan Ogden. Now, this dude is a whole lot of man. You're going to have to prove to me that Terran Armstead is better than him. Listen, guys, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So you can't really jump the gun on this because it's not really something that you're going to be affected by, but you can take advantage of other people that's thinking because new cards are coming out that everybody's just trying to get rid of their cards. So now when you're stalking the auction house, you're going to see a lot of lower price cards at the DN position, the right outside linebacker position, and you're going to see, with this right here, it's not going to be any major effect because at 6'9", with his numbers, he's actually better than the other dude that I got right now. Like he's literally better, but I'm going to keep my other dude because it doesn't matter. But look at his price. Terran Armstead will have no impact. He's just going to stay where he is. And if you want Terran Armstead, you get Terran Armstead. Like that's ultimately what's going to happen. Now look, remember this though. I play Tyron Smith out of position. Just so you guys know that so I can keep the rookie premier at his proper position. But look at the numbers. Look, 155K card is that much, like he's right there at an 89 overall. Although Tyron Smith, he's a free card, whatever, et cetera, just look at some of the numbers. It's 155K. So you can hold on to it or buy him now or see what happens later. Because look, his price should not be affected, but it's a chance it may go up a little bit because I don't believe that, dude, I just don't believe it. I don't believe that a left tackle is going to change the market in any way. I just don't believe it. So just keep in mind, season 2 is over in a couple days. If you haven't at least maxed out Tyron Smith, you might want to consider doing it because he's actually good. Now, when you look at this card, okay, this is a free card as well. Look at all the greens on the left side. What is the difference? There is no reason to not use the rookie premier and Tyron Smith. All right. The only thing that some of you guys may argue is like, yo, G, is it okay to play him out of position? Dude, I don't even really care anymore. This game is so random and ridiculous. Who really cares, dudes? Like, let's just, understand that. All I'm trying to do is make sure you guys are getting coins and you understand what's going on. So we go strictly by position. Another thing, right? Because we know most feared is a week away. What are the names that come to mind? Megatron, right? So wide receivers and things of that nature are more than likely going to be fluctuating all over the place. And the reason that I'm saying that part, I'm giving you guys a sneak peek because DK Metcalf, although he looks like a monster, he's 6'4", all that stuff like that, I'm not spending over, I would say I'd buy him for like $1 million. And I know it's like, yo, G, but look at his price. I don't care because he's still only 6'4", even though he was 6'3" last year. And Calvin Johnson is going to play better than him and be cheaper. Because we already know for season 3, he's not one of the rewards from the ranked. So where are they going to drop him? Wherever they put him, what are they going to do? Make him a team diamond? That doesn't make any sense. So this card right here, if you're playing around with this, you're playing around with fire. That's what you're doing right now with that card. Because most feared almost always drops Calvin. And it's like, whatever. And we didn't get him AKA, so it's a possibility maybe next week we get him. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line is this, right? For the market crash that's about to happen, it's probably going to affect all of your pass rushers. So if you have a pass rusher that you feel you want to get rid of, I also helped you guys out with SAP. I got a lot of you guys SAP for 900K. You see what happened with his price? Why did his price go like that? Like I told you, Vita Vea is garbage. So that's what's going to happen. I just didn't want to spend $1 million because I didn't think he was worth $1 million. But you see how his price went back up? So that's the way that it's going to go. So everybody else that are DNs or right outside linebackers, evaluate what you need and make a move. If you are a member of the channel, I'll give you one-on-one details. Other than that, you guys have a blessed day. See you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.